morning, everybody. Welcome back to the vlog. I hope you enjoyed the State Fair video compilation. It was shorter than normal because there were a lot of times where I'm like, oh yeah, I could take my camera out and film this, but I was just enjoying watching my son and my husband and my family and my friends enjoy the fair together. I just was watching and making memories for myself. So I did take out the camera. I just didn't take it out all of the time. Obviously, I want to show as much as I can, and I want to have, as many of those memories as possible. But also, sometimes the memories that we make in our own minds are stronger when they aren't also made with a camera. Sometimes. So, I was trying to do a combination of both.
Well, the moment you felt you could start over new was the same that you realized the stories were true. You opened your eyes and the world you could see wasn't dim, it was brighter. You'd have to agree. Oh, now your fears are gone. They were buried with the dawn. And oh, now you feel alive for the very first time. Oh, now your fears are gone. They were buried with the dawn. And oh, now you feel alive for the first time. Not hold me yet. Not hold me yet. No, you're not home yet. No, not home. But you finally found the way.
Anyway, we just got up a little while ago, and we're going to get coffee again for the third day in a row, but I'm going with my friend, sister-in-law, both. So Gabriel will get to see his cousins today, and we're gonna have some coffee. I may also be getting a hot chocolate, at least for the ride home. I'm also gonna bring my cup, I think, that I bought from there. If you're following me on Instagram, you saw a vote on the story. But I think I'm gonna bring my cup, and I'm going to see if they'll use it for one of my drinks, for an iced drink. Besides getting coffee for a third day in a row from the same place, which if you're local, you have to check it out. It's worth it. It's so worth it. Even if it's a bit of a drive for you, it's worth it. We have auditions later today. I'm slightly nervous that we won't have a ton of people, but I believe it'll be okay. So in the meantime, we're finishing Zootopia that Gabriel didn't get to finish yesterday. I'm going to make myself a smoothie. I'm going to show you guys that smoothie. It's like a protein shake smoothie thing. I'm going to make that for breakfast, and then some avocado toast, I think. Pretty excited. Should be tasty. Okay, this is my son's, but now it's mine, I guess, because he took mine. But this recipe I've definitely shared before. It's 1 cup of ice, 1 cup of milk, 1 banana. I like frozen bananas because it makes it less liquidy, a little bit more like a shake, which I prefer. Chocolate syrup as much as you'd like, and a big spoonful of peanut butter. I put extra peanut butter in here, as well as a spoonful of alfalfa powder and a spoonful of bone broth gelatin powder, because both of those are going to be really healthy for me, and you can't really taste it with the peanut butter, chocolate, and banana covering up the flavor. So super good, super healthy, minus like the chocolate syrup, but tasty. You could do milk substitutes too if you can't drink milk, and it should taste about the same. Hello. Wow, my hair turned out way better than I thought it did. Gabriel was like crawling on my lap while I was doing it. It is, what day is it today? Thursday. We have auditions again tonight. The first day of auditions was great. I just wish we had more people, but thankful for everyone that is there. Hoping to have more people today than we did, well, at least for who was signed up. But I think we're going to try and go for, I don't know if we're going to go for a walk this morning, or if we're just going to try and eat our lunch and go to bed. We're hanging out. My nose is really running, so I'm considering putting the dog away because it's really driving me nuts. But I don't want to be unfair to her, so I'm trying. You playing the piano? Gabriel. Hey, Gabriel. Hi. Do you want to come say hi? Do you want to say hi?
No.
No? Okay, you don't have to say hi. Oh, we're having a morning. It's a pretty nice day. Tomorrow it's supposed to rain, and then it's supposed to be like 69 degrees the next 2 days. So we're gonna head into like fake fall for a hot second here, and then go back to like really, really warm fall, but not fall. And then real fall will hit. So it's been interesting. It's gonna be interesting because yes, today it's supposed to be like 90 degrees. We're having a rough morning this morning. Yesterday was, I don't know, I've just been out of it this week, so I haven't really like mentally prepared myself for a whole lot of anything. And I have a client rehearsal this afternoon that I'm going to be going to. So we were just chilling on the couch this morning. He woke up way too early. We're just relaxing because I'm too tired at the moment. Then we're going to attempt to get some stuff done before we leave. But we'll see how it goes. So I want to wrap up today's video by just kind of sitting down and talking a little bit about what my... Sorry, there was a squirrel that distracted me, which is the weirdest thing, but accurate. Anyway, I want to wrap up by talking about wedding business and stuff like that. We are getting close. Tomorrow I have not my final September client wedding, but I have my final one, and then I've got a break, and then I start 3 weddings in a row, and I've got a bunch of stuff going on. Because of that, I kind of want to update you on how things are going. Honestly, I feel so much better. Like, the more you do a job, the better you feel at it, right? And, like, I know I've done a good job. Nothing has changed, but just my confidence level and, like, my internal anxiety has gone down. My confidence level has gone up. And I know that I'm doing a good job. Rather than just doing a good job, I also know that I'm doing my job and I'm doing it well. And the ability to have the confidence going forward of, yeah, this is exactly what I'm contracted to do. Versus like, oh, what if I forgot to do something? Like, yes, I want to make sure that I'm doing everything. And if someone's like, oh my gosh, we talked about doing this, absolutely, I am on it. However, for the most part, that's not the case. I have all of my things. That's why I spent time planning and talking to my clients and going over these things again and again and again. I've already set up the procedures to make myself successful, and they have worked from day one. Because I created them, you have some of the self-doubt of, well, but what if that's not good enough? But you know yourself the best, and you know what you need to successfully do what they need from you, if that makes sense. So when it comes to your clients, your business, and everything like that, all I have to say is don't doubt your processes. Obviously, be willing to change them. But if they are working, they're yielding results, and they are not causing further issue, or there's nothing wrong with them, there's no reason to change. As long as you are growing with those processes and knowing that, oh yeah, okay, this is working. Anyway, we are going to be getting ready around 10 a.m. or so to get Gabriel and myself ready for the day. Just get dressed. I took out my braids. My hair is super wavy, but it's really wet, so I'm like it's raining outside. So I'm probably going to put my hair up just so that it doesn't go totally frizzy or totally flat. So probably put it into a bun or something like that to maintain the crinkle. We're going to be getting ready, and then I want to stop at the coffee shop, I think, on my way to my mom's house, because I got this hot chocolate 3 days in a row from this local coffee shop. It's amazing. And then I didn't get it yesterday. But on Sunday, I'm going to make myself a tea in the morning on the way, to drink on the way to church. Instead of getting coffee, because I said one day this week I'm going to exchange my hot drink for a tea. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow instead, but right now I plan on doing it on Sunday. We'll see. Just in general, I love my job, and with every wedding that I complete, I feel much more confident in my processes and my skills, and I leave every wedding feeling a lot better. Like, obviously, because I want to do a good job, I always have that little bit of like, oh my gosh, I really hope that they felt that I did as good of a job as I feel that I did. But, you know, sometimes you don't ever really get that reassurance, and sometimes, you know, it's, you did a good job, and that's great, but they had a lot of other stuff going on, so maybe they didn't notice how good of a job you did. Just because they couldn't. But that's okay too, because you want them to be able to focus on their wedding day, at least in my field. So I've been feeling really good about things, and just in general, you know, I haven't gotten any complaints or anything like that, so I'm really just trying to maintain that level of both professionalism and doing my job well. That has so far afforded me to really enjoy it. On top of that, I'm just so excited because I only have 3 client weddings left after tomorrow. And not that I'm excited to be done with these clients, I'm very happy for them to be getting married, because that, once that, like, it's a great day to look forward to and everything, but once that day is done, your life can really start, and not that it wasn't started before, but just in a way that you've been waiting for, because there's something about marriage that's totally different. Like, even if nothing changes, it feels different, and in a good way. It's one of those things where it's like, I'm very happy for them, and they deserve to be at this point. They've crossed the finish line. Like, they deserve to get there. I am sad to see them go. I appreciate all of my brides, and I really enjoy working with them. But at the same time, for me, it gets me closer to my goal. After next month, you know, ideally, I will have successfully completed another goal on my list for this year, which is amazing. I'm just so excited about it. And that means a lot to me on top of everything else. So it's just, there's a lot. It's so exciting, and I'm just very happy about it. So, with that being said, I am looking forward to next year and really hoping that this engagement season gets me some weddings for next year. Next year is by far and large a less popular wedding year. I think now that, you know, 2021 was popular because 21 is one of those numbers that people like. And this is going to be the weirdest logic you've ever heard, but for some reason it applies. 21 is a number year that everyone likes. But also because everything was postponed in 2020, people were just like, I want to get married at this point. I don't even care. Let's just do it. They don't want to push off another year until 2022. 22 is an even number year. So tons of people get married in that year. A lot of people, it just happens, but a majority of people, especially those that pick their wedding date out a year or more in advance, they've specifically picked the date that they picked. They didn't just haphazardly like, oh, I want a September date, and that was the only one that was open. They were like, these are the 3 September dates that I like for this year. These are the 3 that I like for next year. I don't like any this year. Those are the kinds of things that they have thought through. And 2023 is not a popular wedding year. It's an odd number year, and people, on the whole, I have been getting inquiries more for 2024 than anything else. People who are getting engaged at the end of this year are like, you know, a year and a half isn't too long to wait. So they're willing to push to 2024 to get, because, you know, especially for those spring summer weddings, they don't feel like they have enough time to plan for next year, A. And B, the date 2023, or even just the 23 at the end of the wedding year, wedding date, is just not a thing that people like. There are a lot of valid reasons, totally valid reasons for this. I personally think that you should get married whenever you want to get married. Like, if you get engaged and you want to get married in 3 months, you should do that. If you have the ability to, you totally should. I also think that you are much more able to have the wedding you want in a shorter time frame than we think that we need. That's not always the case, but it's a lot more common than people want to believe, simply because we are used to these venues that have 2-3+ year wait lists for just getting any date. Which, I mean, hey, you know, people got there first. It's a popular venue, but those are also usually the venues that are really, really expensive. And in my opinion, you know, if you love it, great, but you could probably find something similar with less of a wait for less of a price. And I would just recommend looking for that venue instead, because ultimately it's not going to be worth it in the end. If it's going to really make or break your wedding, maybe you should reprioritize like what your wedding is versus what your marriage is. I don't know. If you've got money and time to waste, go for it. I don't really care. I just don't let that break your wedding day, I guess is all I'm saying. ultimately, I just wanted to give an update on like my business, how my business is going, etc., and where we're at, because that is a goal that I wanted to touch upon. And then I wanted to talk about my Boneyard hot chocolate, because I'm telling you, this hot chocolate it tastes like pumpkin pie with whipped cream in hot chocolate form. It is so amazing. I can't well describe it to you. I've talked about this so many times because it's so good. I don't like pumpkin, okay? But if all pumpkin flavored stuff tasted like this does, like pumpkin pie and not like pumpkin puree, because who actually likes the taste of pumpkin? It's like a squash. Who actually likes the taste of just pumpkin? No one. People like the flavor of pumpkin pie or pumpkin with spices. I hope you enjoyed today's video. It was on the shorter end and it was not as vloggy as it could have been, but I hope you enjoyed the state fair and everything that I was able to show you. Gabriel's first time actually doing Little Farm Hands this year. Anyway, if you liked it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell down below so you can get notifications for when more videos come out. And we'll see you next time.
Love, Genevieve.